Welcome to the Nicknacknation, the show that keeps you from hyperventilation. It's your favorite YouTube destination, so sit back, relax, and get set for the feature presentation. Hey guys, Nicholas Ivanovich here, and it's Friday, April 16th, and you are watching The Leak. And I have messy hair, so I'm wearing this hat. Okay guys, so let's start off today with Kim Kardashian. Now as you can see in this picture, it is obvious Kim Kardashian is following her message, how she wants to be a role model for children. Now definitely the first thing I thought of when I was looking at that picture is how much of a role model she's being to children. But you have to agree, it's kind of hypocritical for her to want to be a role model for children, and then go get naked pictures taken. Yes, I said naked. This is the question I thought. How did Kim Kardashian become so famous? And then I thought, oh yeah, that's right, she recorded herself with that famous R&B singer? But how did that make her famous? Oh yeah, that's right, his dick was in her mouth. That was it. Now let's move on to Dr. Drew and Lindsay Lohan. Now as you can see in this picture, Lindsay Lohan is part goblin. But let's talk about Dr. Drew. Now it seems that Dr. Drew should never have children, because he said, if she was my daughter, I'd throw her into a car filled with illegal substances and send her on her way, and then I'd call the police and make sure she was arrested. But wait, that's not it. He also said, I would make sure she would not be able to get out of jail, then I would go to the judge and make sure that she was ordered to a 3-year sobriety program. Oh my gosh, TV doctors know exactly what to prescribe. But seriously, that would be the equivalent to giving medical marijuana to somebody with a headache. Maybe Dr. Drew and Lindsay Lohan have a vendetta. That would explain everything. Now let's talk about Spencer Pratt. Now, it seems since Spencer's got fired, he's had way too much spare time on his hands. Because recently he twittered a message about Audrina Patridge. And it's on, because in this message he calls Audrina a bitch, talks about how much of a hack job her boob job is, and then says, and I quote, Audrina, you want press? Just leak another 50 nude photos of yourself like you did to become relevant the first time. Oh! And then he goes on to say, I'm so glad my wife got her surgery in Bev Hills, unlike JWoww and you. We love America. Which I don't believe. Because if Spencer Pratt really did love America, he would either shoot Heidi Montag or leak some more nude pictures of her. That is what the world needs. Now for the tech news of the day. Adobe Photoshop CS5. Now if you guys pay attention to Adobe and their new products, you would know about the new content-aware filter that they're having in Photoshop CS5. Now for the description of the Content Aware feature on Adobe, it said, it removes anything in the picture you don't want. If you're in front of an ocean or something and there's a boat behind you, you would put a box around the boat and it would take it out. Now I personally believe Adobe should have worded this differently than saying, takes out the stuff you don't want. I personally think is a great thing to have because it makes people that use Photoshop not have to manually take stuff out with the clone stamp tool. And it just makes it a much more faster edit. But as you can imagine, when guys all over the world read that it takes out the stuff you don't want, they immediately thought, clothes. Yes, that's what it must have meant. And sorry to burst your bubble, guys, but as you can see in this photo, the Content Aware filter does not remove clothes, sadly. And now I'll leave you guys with a funny video today. The third world dentist, Dr. Brick.
Aí, a galera vai tirar o dente agora, já, Marroco? Caramba!
Anyway, I'm Nicholas Ivanovich, and that has been The Leak. I love this hat.